Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? Jay here, Shillverse. So we got a new Lanterns trailer, so we're gonna check it out and we're gonna talk about it. And I'm gonna talk about some stuff I've seen surrounding it. Of course, a couple of people. You guys know what this is about. Mainly DCU people, whatnot. But we're gonna focus on this Lanterns trailer real quick. So let's pull it up. Let's take a look and let's go to it from there.
This ring, it's the greatest weapon in the universe. When and if to use it, that's the whole ball game, Junior.
Did you just use that ring to counterfeit money?
No.
Tell me how you got it. The ring.
You know how I got it. I sure as hell didn't interview for it.
Oh, well, shit, maybe you should have. Power like that, shouldn't you have to work for it?
I've been doing this since you were a baby. The only way you're gonna get this ring is over my dead fucking body.
I think he likes me. Everybody is lying to us.
We're not leaving here till we find out what they're hiding. Danger's part of the job. You need to be fearless.
How are you chosen for this?
It's only one question. Are you afraid? You afraid?
Are you afraid? Are you afraid? Are you afraid? Are you afraid?
Was raised fearless, and I'll do this better than he's ever done it before.
Then go and get it, John Stewart.
All right, so we're gonna run that back. I just was recording and didn't have the sound on, so we're gonna run it back this time. I'm gonna talk through a couple of things. A couple of things I would point out to people that they were talking about. I might even pop the pictures in to let you know exactly who, for stuff I've seen. So let's go ahead and run this back then.
This ring.
I remember when this first came out, there was a lot of criticism on the ring. That looks pretty good to me personally. You know what I mean? I like that. The take on the lantern ring and everything. I like that personally.
It's the greatest weapon in the universe.
Now I've seen people saying how this could, since it's the red beam, it could be a try to this. Which, okay, cool. That kind of builds on that world, the cosmic world, since everybody has such an issue with this being a, earth ground based type of show. They're showing that it's not. It's showing that there's being more. It's not just, True Detective, as they said. I can see it being based after it, but I think this is cool.
When and if to use it, that's the whole ball game, Junior.
All right, so this right here, he makes constructs out of the energy and whatnot, and I seen Jody and whatever this dude is that be with him, who has a problem with everything. That's not crying about this because he made made money as a construct, and saying how is it textured and things of that nature. If you're looking at the bill, you can still see it's energy. It's not just a dollar bill. It's not paper. You can tell that it's a construct made out of energy, just like any gun or anything else that he does. This is just people nitpicking to have something to say, something to critique. And true enough, their followers probably run behind it. That's fine. But this is just nitpicking for the hell of it. We'll probably get into that, some other stuff, but, it's just kind of showing, slight humor or whatever, but showing the use of the ring and whatnot. So Jody's Corner, and that dude that you be with, side note, he's problematic. Let's go.
Did you just use that ring to counterfeit money?
No.
Tell me how you got it. The ring.
You know how I got it. I sure as hell didn't interview for it.
Another critique from Jody's Corner again. He was saying that he had an issue that the power didn't emanate, out of Hal here, that it just kind of formed. But you can see it come from, you can see it emanating. I guess he was expecting like a pulsating aura. It's like, come on, man. It's interpretation of the powers, and it's not bad. Like, people have these ideas in their minds that they just want to be exactly how they wanted their minds for it to be, right? It's like, shut the hell up. You know what I mean? Like, you're not making it. These people are being creative and trying to come up with this stuff. I think this looks good. We could have gotten another Ryan Reynolds one, but whatever.
Oh, well, shit, maybe you should have. Power like that, shouldn't you have to work for it?
I've been doing this since you were a baby. And the only way you're gonna get this ring is over my dead fucking body.
All right, so two things back to back on these things, right? So he had an issue, again, Jodie's corner, with the fact that when he flew off, there was no green pulsation. And in that aspect, I can agree with you slightly. Unless, not to maybe draw too much attention to something, they cannot do it, but it's not the end of the world. Would it look a little bit more comic booky, more, just more of that vibe? Yes, I can see how this can be seen as a little, he just takes off flying into the air, right? Okay, but it happened. That is what it is. But I will agree slightly on that. It doesn't have to be a big pulsating green aura, but I could see it having a little bit of something, because he does, to propel himself. So I can kind of understand that.
I think he likes me.
Everybody is lying to us.
We're not leaving here till we find out what they're hiding. Danger's part of the job. You need to be fearless.
So I heard people complaining that this looks like Rebel Ridge, only because Aaron Pierre is in it, right? The basis of what they're trying to do, it lends perfectly to this. All of these muted colors and things of that nature, which Mr. Phenom had a whole thing to say about that, how people criticize Zack Snyder for having muted colors, but then this is all muted. The concept of, brightest day, darkest night, that whole thing plays to this. If this is fear, because we'll see later, or we've seen earlier, that when they had that contraption to his head, which looked like it was, putting the fear energy or whatever into him, it makes sense. Zack got critiqued because he took the most vibrant character in Superman and muted him in his very first movie, muted everything about it. So nobody's saying that you can't mute colors. They're saying make it make sense. And you probably shouldn't mute Superman. Even though love Henry Cavill's Superman, probably shouldn't have did that, but that's besides the point. Again, this is Jodie's corner being critiquey about, oh, this looks like Rebel Ridge. The only reason you're saying that is because it's Aaron Pierre. That's it. Point blank, period. So stop finding stuff to complain about. Why don't you be happy and actually give the art a chance to see what it does, instead of Jodie's corner or goofball next to him has an issue with it, and just to find an issue with it, pretty much. Honestly, I'm starting to find a lot of these people just having problems with stuff for no reason. Let's get back into it.
How are you chosen for this?
It's only one question. Are you afraid?
Now, you see here, he has a suit on, and almost like it looks textured on the shoulder. I'm pointing that out for real reason. Really green, or like kind of a darker green, but that like kind of like an evergreen color texture. This obviously is taking place probably in 2016 or so, because this show has a time span of like 10 years or whatnot, they say. That looks great to me. That looks great. So I've seen a lot of complaints about this suit. Now, if this is an older suit, if he stopped wearing the suit, you see how it kind of has like a yellow tannish thing in the middle here? That could be the effects of maybe, Sinestro or somebody trying to get fear into him. Maybe his suit changes with it, those type of things. We don't know. We don't have the context. Does it look great? No, I'll agree. I don't necessarily like the way this looks, but I'm pretty sure this isn't going to be the final suit. He's probably not going to wear this in the movie, Jon Stewart. I don't think that. But it is interesting because this looks like it will be an older version of the suit. So I'm not going to kick it down right away just because I don't think this is a new one. But I will be honest, I don't like the look of this personally.
Are you afraid?
Guy Gardner is already part of the Justice gang. It's good to see, tying in stuff with the show and actually showing it.
Are you afraid? Are you afraid? Are you afraid?
See that right there. Who knows what this could actually be, what's going on. We don't. And if they're in this town and they're doing like a true detectives type of thing, this could be Sinestro's people, that they're trying to infiltrate or trying to figure out and whatnot. And I like the fact of them taking something that's kind of more cosmic and grounding it, but still showing those elements, still having it. It makes it creative. If you want everything to just go from the comic book page to the screen, well, then what are you really looking to see? Just to see your favorite, pop pages come to life? Or are they supposed to push the medium, do something new, do something creative? The one thing I say is a lot of times people sometimes don't know what they want until they get it. You know what I mean? So this looks very interesting.
I was raised fearless, and I'll do this better than he's ever done it before.
Then go and get it, Jon Stewart.
Okay, so that's the second time around. So this is my thing. A lot of people have problems, or Mr. Tyrone Magnus pointed out that he feels like there's a lot of modern audience type things in there. First, I want to address that whole modern audience tag frame. Yes, we're in a modern time. And I know what he means. He means the wokeness, because that's all he cares about is modern. Dude, it's not the 80s no more. It's not the 90s no more. It's not the 20s. It's not the odds. It's the 2020s, right? Yes, these are from that era and even before. You have to modernize things for where we're currently at. It's just that simple. I don't want to get too deep into it, but there's a lot of other ways that can be taken versus just you not being able to see certain things a certain way. This does not look woke into it. Comic books have always had current events, civil stuff in all the time. So if Mr. Magnus doesn't want to pay attention to that, then that makes his thoughts on the kind of null and void, because that has always been the thing. Superman went against those people over there during that time with the day camps, if you get what I'm saying. Like, that's something that happened. It's not a racial thing. It's dealing with current events and then adding it into the medium. If you want to cry about it, but just be smart about it. But off of that, another big thing is people thinking the fact that Jon Stewart taking Hal Jordan's, like kind of making them conflict. It makes sense. It doesn't mean they're going to be conflicting through the whole series completely. It's probably a thing where they go through something and they unite. It's Lethal Weapon. You know what I'm saying? It's Murtaugh and Briggs. It's, any type of buddy cop type of situation. It doesn't mean that Hal is going to get the short end of the stick or nothing. If that's the case, then, but they are trying to push and build this universe. Why not introduce both of them at the same time and see where it lands? We could get something with Hal on his own or something. Who knows? Or maybe John goes on to be the main Green Lantern, and maybe Hal is there for other reasons. It doesn't mean conflict. Don't cry because it doesn't just come off the comic book to your screen. That's what I don't get about this. This looks pretty damn good. So for Tyrone Magnus with that modern audience crap that he always be pushing sometimes, truthfully, you know what I'm saying? It's that's how you get the fanboys on your side who are like, yeah, man, you know what? Let's go real fanboyish. Let's do the vibrant blue, gray Batman thing and put that on screen. So not like how it was done in the Flash, because it actually looked kind of cool. But that wasn't necessarily accurate. Let's do it very accurate so you guys can get online and cry about that type of stuff. This looks good. This looks entertaining. A little bit of twist to what makes sense to make a buddy cop type of situation. And I think it adds depth to the DCU, whilst that grows, which is really good. Because it adds an element. You got Clayface coming after this. Then we get Man of Tomorrow. We got Wonder Girl, which I'm torn on with the whole, Galaxy of the Guardian thing, but whatever. But yeah, me personally, I think Lanterns looks good. You know what I mean? I think it looks interesting. I think it looks intriguing. And I'm looking forward to watching it personally. What do y'all think? You know what I'm saying? Let me know. So yeah, and all you guys, you know, Mr. Phenom put his little post up. Jody's Corner sitting up there crying. His homeboy, that dude gets on my nerves. He everything. It's like, dude, it's not that goddamn serious. It's a fucking movie. And Tyrone Magnus, look, man, it's a modern day. You know what I'm saying? Now, do I think agendas need to be pushed in certain ways? No, but things do need to evolve. Outside of a comfort zone and the pocket of a comfort zone, stop crying about stuff. Y'all grow up, be grown men. Jay, here out, Shillverse.